All right, so there were some things I noticed again in the book that Chris Walker kind of got mixed up a little bit, right? So I need to straighten those things out, right? Well, there's one part towards the end where he goes over some of the things that was said to me, right? Both by Shame on You, Shane, right? Which that's his channel right there. And he would say, "Hey everyone, let's read the truth about Shane E. Lee." Right from his official Navy Medical Board findings. I quote, "He dropped out of high school with below average grades. He had repeated the 6th and 11th grade due to excessive absences. He stated that his favorite subjects or activities was studying the Bible, right? He endorsed neuropathic traits of childhood, including animal cruelty and stealing. He held several fast food jobs prior to enlistment. Now, here, Chris got confused about my actual studies, right? I got kept back in the 3rd grade, not the 6th grade, right? But Chris almost agrees with him, right? He said, I did repeat 6th grade, which isn't true. And it was the 3rd grade. It was the 3rd grade. And 11th grade. Two. Because of excessive absences, right? No. The first time I was considered a slow learner in the 3rd grade, right? I was having problems, understanding the material. And they think I was a little dyslexic, right? Not, say, bad as some people, but enough that I get certain letters confused, especially by B's and D's, right? I'll go to write a B, but I'll put a D down, or I'll go to write a D, but I'll put a B down, right? I get those letters confused a little bit, right? But I can see the whole page, right? All right. And as you will know, reader, from reading the autobiography at the time, I was struggling with several mental illnesses, which wasn't true. There was no mental illness, right, at that time in 3rd or 11th or 6th grade either. And traumatic events that were happening in my life. You'll know from the timeline that I've presented to you that 6th grade was right around the time my dad died, or was murdered actually, and I have to ask you, would you not find it difficult to concentrate on schoolwork if your father had been shot dead while you were shopping. Well, here he's confusing another story. Now, what happened here is when I was going into a store, right, owned by Mr. Redmond, right, his daughter was one of his daughters was in the store, right, and on the radio, the news about my dad's death had made it to the radio, right? Exactly. And I kind of got upset and started crying in the store a little bit, and the young lady comforted me a little bit, and that's about it, though. Right? So anyway. All right. Would you not be bothered about attending school while you were mourning? I didn't cry at the funeral, but that doesn't mean that I wasn't hurting, right? Or didn't cry before the funeral either, right? Now, usually when someone dies, they'll put him in the morgue for a few days, and then they'll do what's called the showing and all that, right? That's within the first few, within a week or so, right? After someone's death, right? As to my favorite subject being studying the Bible, I fail to see what is wrong with that, right? And there's a Bible in every, Christian bookstore, right? And different types, right? I was demonstrating my strong faith in religion, right? And I would rather that my favorite activity was that than something less honest or wholesome. Likewise, I don't understand why working several jobs, even if they were our fast food, right, jobs, is such a bad thing, right? Many people come out of school and never get a job, and instead choose to take benefits. Not that I'm judging them, right? Either way. But they do sometimes, right? I was working, earning a wage and contributing to the economy. The fact that I was working prior to enlistment with the Navy is, if anything, a positive thing. I wanted to work to pay my way through life, right? Finally, I defy you to find any child who has not stolen or entertained the thoughts of stealing like I've had said before. Anything I stole was petty theft, like pennies from my uncle's penny jar. And I have repented for my sins and admitted that it was wrong, right? It shows me to be a good person to be able to admit to my failings in such a public manner and to show remorse for them, right? And again, I don't even remember if I gave Uncle Ronnie back the few pennies I just stole. And to be honest, they're pennies that was probably less than $1. You know what I mean? If I actually, to me, 20 cents of pennies or maybe 30 pennies would be a lot of money, right? As a kid at that age, right? You don't really have the concept of, right, anything. Now, the animal cruelty was me confusing a dream where I thought I was playing with this puppy in the backyard of someone's house, right? In a pool, right? One of those kiddie pools, you know what I mean? Right. And that the puppy had somehow drowned while I was playing with it, right? Or something, right? But it turned out that didn't even happen, right? It was more of a dream or something, right? And I was, I thought I had killed the puppy, right? When I was talking to the Navy doctors about it, right? But it was an accidental thing, not knowing how to play with the puppy in the pool. And it might have accidentally drowned in the pool, right? But I did, according to my mom, try to dunk a kitten in water feet first, right? To again, right? This still was between, say, 4 to 5 or 6, somewhere in there, right? Still not quite, say what's word, conscious of my awareness yet, right? See, when you're that young, you do silly things, not really thinking about cruelty to animals, so you're shit with it. But I was dunking the kitten feet first into the toilet, right? And it would scratch at me, right? My mom said, right? And I was playing with it, but I didn't know that was bad for the kitten or a traumatic experience for the kitten. I wasn't thinking like, an adult would, but a little kid just playing with something he wasn't supposed to do that with the kitten, but he didn't know, right? Right? But that's why I don't lie about it either. It's kind of a simple mistaken thing, right? Where I thought I'd actually hurt the cat. And then I thought Morris had got kind of skinned alive or something, right? When we were off of Victory Drive and moved to Chatham City and around that area, right? And I'm still barely in the first or second grade when going out to these schools. We went to Skidaway, right? Then I think at some point we're off of Ageechee, right? And then Victory Drive to Ageechee to probably Skidaway and then to Chatham City Apartments, right? If I remember correctly, right? And then from there to Port Wentworth, which is Grange Road, and then from Port Wentworth till about 4th grade, right? 2nd to 4th grade, right? We go to Marlow, right? Which is in Effingham or Guyton, right? And then after that, you go to junior high and high school, right? And I did good in the high school until what? The rec. The rec, right? Okay. The rec is also the year I had more absences in the afternoon, but I passed on my morning classes, right? Right. So again, and then I did the course for the, PT, right? And I got a final grade of 3.62, right? Is that a good grade? That's a 90 something, right? And I'm just trying to do the course, right? To see if I can even survive it. And I did, right? With a good ending grade, right? But of course, I can't do the externship of it, right? To really finish this course because of the amount of time, right? See, they want you to do it in a few weeks. I can't do that, right? So I can't physically do the job fully, right? But I did pass the course as far as the academic portion, right? Exactly. That's why I did that, right? I'm not crazy, but I'm not sane either, right? But I'm not harmful to others either, right? Okay, have a good day.